Anything that calcifies is hard tissue. Anything that's pliable is soft tissue. So if you're talking about a car accident, and you don't have to go past 6 miles per hour to have an injury. So I give my own little testimony witness. Guy hit me at 15 miles per hour in 2015. Two discs blown out in the low back, 2 discs in the neck. So I've been walking around with symptoms, okay, for the last 4 years, all right? It doesn't change whether you're the doctor or the patient. I turn into a patient when I'm on that table, because I have to get adjusted just like I'm suggesting to you. So you say to me, Dr. Crowder, I got to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wow, is that a lot? Well, Dr. Crowder goes 5 days a week just so I can work on you.
Really?
Oh.
You know, I was scared to come to the chiropractic at first. My daughter had told me for many years that I needed to go.
Right.
But you made it very easy for me.
Okay,
you made me feel extremely comfortable.
Good.
You have like the best chair in the whole wide world that just massages your whole body, even underneath your feet. And you just feel so relaxed. You put me on the table. You put the
electric stim and the voice heat on it.
The electric stim heat. Then from there, we talked about my x-rays.
Right.
You put me in the consultation room, which I was glad of that.
Right.
I was well relaxed to take the information in. Honestly, I looked at it myself, and you just really explained to me what I was seeing. And I think like my eyes were as big as saucers to see this, because I wasn't like having all these problems there.
Right.
But I had problems other places, which probably stemmed from there.
That's correct.
Then after that, you said we were going to do an adjustment. And I was like, oh, no, not today. And you was like, oh, yes, we are today. I know exactly what to do now. And I'm like, I'm not ready. So I laid down on the table. You talked to me in a soothing tone to really make me feel comfortable. And then before I know it, you were talking to me. And I felt so comfortable, and then you just went into what you were doing. I was like, oh, really? And then it was over, and you said, walk down the hall. So your assistant, Miss Iris, whom I love dearly, she's so nice, but she doesn't play. So I was getting ready to walk towards leaving out the door, and she's like, no, walk this way. And I was like, oh, really? And then I was breaking it down and stuff like, oh, you said, well, don't go home and try to clean up the whole place. And I said, well, I wasn't going to do that, no way. And he was like, well, don't try to go out to the party tonight, breaking it down. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that either. But I felt wonderful.
That's it.
I did. So now I'm looking forward to coming in on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the chair, your bedside manner, and how you make people feel comfortable. I see people leaving when I was sitting there, and I'm like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm looking at their faces like, how are they really looking?
Right.
So I'm sitting, with my skeptical self.
Yes.
And everybody was like laughing and smiling and, and everything like that. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe this is not so bad. So I went on through it. Right?
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays so I can sit in the great chair and see Dr. Crowder, who makes it so much better, and then go through my adjustments for my subluxation.
There you go.
Did I say it right?
Bam.
You said you're gonna get me, on the right track.
Exactly. What we have to recognize, people, is that chiropractors work on subluxations, and the subluxation is the most important part of chiropractic. Relieving the subluxation is where you become better. And I'll use this example, an analogy. If you're talking about your teeth, you don't brush it one time and say, I'm good for life. Exactly. Oh, baby, I'm going to have these pearly whites. I'm going to hit it one time. You're just going to keep smiling. About 2 days later, you're going to have cheese on your teeth. Okay? You keep on going for a week or two, or a month or two, and a year or two, you're going to have some, what do you call them? Cavities. There we go. Okay. But you don't see them until the first. You don't see them. They just kind of ease in, and after a while, you say, "Oh, my tooth! Wow, what happened?" Well, it's because I've neglected my subluxations, and my body's breaking down, and the body doesn't just go back. You have to help it. And that's the same thing we're talking about here in chiropractic. Everybody needs help. And that's the one thing we have to do in America that we have to really understand. We have to help one another. Chiropractic is just one of the pieces in the process of how people help one another. Okay? And if we don't help one another, understand, because people are afraid and have all kinds of issues and wondering if I can be helped. Let me say it this way, people. If you're breathing, chiropractic works. You can get adjusted. The level of your adjustment will change, okay? And, good, okay, we're fine. And the level of your adjustment and your care is based upon what kind of damage that you may have. But everybody's not the same. So it may look the same, and the key to being an expert at what you do is that it looks easy.
You do make it look really easy.
But just like you get on the radio and it looks easy. But I guarantee you, people don't recognize it takes time to be able to talk and be in front of your thoughts before you get there, so you know how to say it. And I'll use myself as an example again. I'll get excited and I'll speak faster. And when I listen to myself, I'm saying, Crowder, slow down. You're not running to a fire. Just slow down. And you want to get it all out and get it all in. Just slow down. That's it. It's cool. We good. So that's what we have to do in our healthcare. So if you're listening to me and listening to Ms. Kim, and you've heard what we've talked about, come in at 2021 West Jefferson Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40203. And the phone number is 502-776-0231. We're working on the webpage, so it will be up soon. I've had my technological guys working on it real hard, so we have to do some changes. But it is CrowderWellness.com, and we're working on that. Okay, and my email is Crowder, CROWDER, chiropractic, CHIROPRACTIC, at gmail.com. So if you have a question, or I think if you can, you want to call in today here? No, they can't do that? No?
Nope. Next week.
Next week,
you want to give them the number so they can be prepared for next week.
Okay, so that's
but I do want to say one thing, if I may.
Yes, ma'am.
By coming to you and finally going through the process, I figured out something while my neck, you guys, I had like
subluxation.
Yeah, subluxation all in my neck. And I'm going to tell you something. Watch your cell phones. Watch your cell phones.
Right.
That is probably where mine has been coming from, because I'm constantly on my phone. Bending down like this, doing like that.
That's it.
Constantly. And now I am paying the price of that that you're going to be getting together for me. Thank you, Dr. Crowder. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We show you small things of how to change, improve. We talked about that. You won't change just because you want to change. I'm not going to change anyone's lives. I'm simply going to add something to what you're already doing. And listening audience, the first thing I would tell you, drink more water. Drink more water. We are 80% water. If we don't drink water, the body will not heal. It will not change. It will stay subluxated forever. So you got to clean it out first, so the body will begin to heal. And whatever, it's amazing. I say this, and I'm real serious about this thing. Whoever this God guy is, he's tight. If you don't put something good in, ain't nothing gonna come out. You put crap in, you're gonna get crap out. It's just that simple. I don't care where you are in the process. If you are sick as you've ever been, you start putting good stuff in, guess what happens? Your body begins to respond. So chiropractic and relieving of subluxation, and here's the word, I'm going to put my flyer up, subluxation, so you can see it in case you don't know what it is and what it looks like. These what we have in the office, these pamphlets about subluxation and how the body works. Or you can go online and look up subluxation. That's the key. If you go into a chiropractor, tell him or her, tell me about a subluxation. So you know.
I don't want to get shorter.
Well, we got to do something about it.
Well,
we start right now. I can't change anything that has happened over 20 years or 5 years or 3 years or 2 months or whatever. But we can stop where we are right now and go forward. See? That's it. That's the whole thing about it. If you want to be better, start today, people. It's not a hard process. We just got to start. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, knowing how to take care of yourself in today's time in 2020 is so important, because I can tell you there's an element that says, hey, we don't want you to be better. There's an element that want people to be sick. Okay? And in the community, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol just is rampant. So we got to change that. Remember, my name is Dr. Charles T. Pratt. I'm here with the lovely Miss Kim, and TK in the back over there. She's running the board. But people, remember this: good health is your greatest blessing. The show is called Subluxation and You. Subluxation and You. Subluxation and You. Remember the example that you see here. Ask questions. Teach your children so you can be better. I'm here on Sundays from 1:30 until 2. And I hope that you call us and check us out, because we're trying to help you become better with and through your chiropractic information. Remember, good health is your greatest blessing, and we will see you next week. Good. Amen. Bye-bye. How we do?